This isn't something I recently realized, and I think I could probably have addressed this as an actual problem like over a year ago. I've loosely talked about this in videos throughout 2025, but it's really been worming its way into my brain recently. But who am I kidding? It's basically my personality these days. I mean, it's what I, do here on YouTube, and I've developed this mindset because I wanted to do this YouTube thing. But when I'm left to my own devices, my own free time, video planned or not, I end up just really looking at my screen with a blank glaze over my eyes. No thoughts, just head empty of what I want to play anymore, like I completely forgot how to make a decision without having an actual deadline to stress about. Yeah, I've got a bunch of co-op games that I love playing with my friends and a couple more coming up that I want to talk to for YouTube and just, to see whether or not I'd want to make a YouTube video on it, but co-op games nonetheless that I just want to play with my friends. But what about me time? What about a nice, good solo roguelike experience? What about something to dive into that's just for me? Or, God forbid, what if I want to make like an actual game review? I mean, now that I'm actually talking about things at a more broad sense, then granted this is a really recent development as in the last like 2 months versus the last 2 years, it's still hard to break out and assure myself that yeah, it's okay to revisit something or dive into, God forbid, a brand new story game that I've been wanting to play for years, rather than to just experience enough runs to have an actual grasp on what the game provides. So what? Why do you care? Why are you here? Well, honestly, I don't know. I mean, not a lot of people have been clicking on my videos recently, so I figured I'd do a little bit of reflecting and, just wanted to give myself a good reason to talk about something for, honestly, a little bit too long. This video was way longer than I expected it to be. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to fill the void while I'm working on building up for a couple new projects, and mostly waiting for Slay the Spire 2 to come out, which we're about a month away. We're about like a month and a half away. I've got two main things that I actually want to address here, and I do want to bring more of a positive outlook on this thing, so we'll see where we end up. I don't currently make thoughtful reviews given my fantastical upload schedule for somebody with a full-time job across 2 channels. Yes, I have a second channel where I upload twice as much. I upload 2 videos a week over there. Please go check it out. This is not really a cry for help, but more of just like a, hey, notice this thing I'm doing over here that I swear I'm not putting in more effort into the second channel. It's still mainly going into this channel, but there's a lot going in. Okay, sorry, shameless plug over. You're used to it. I try to keep it very minimal. But I also don't exactly make first look or introductory videos. I try to break the game down by simply absorbing as much of the game as I physically can on my own, and that is just solely through playing the game, reading logs on Steam, and maybe looking at them and pestering them on Twitter. And the timeline this takes is usually 2 to 3 weeks max, 3 weeks if I'm like super lucky. Then I do what the good old American school system taught me to do. Gather up all of my info, really plan all of my thoughts, put it all on paper, all of my main takeaways, and then just regurgitate it everywhere in a solid, concise document, and then promptly more or less forget about it. And that's it. The final product is out on YouTube, and I never really have to think about what went into that video. It's kind of just a fever dream from the moment I hit record on this OBS with my camera facing at me, and then to the point where I actually upload it, which is honestly most often done in a single day. And earth giveth with roguelikes, it makes this process incredibly easy. I could go through and finish the game, create a sort of part 2 and follow up, or compress my brain's very few wrinkles to come up with something else to talk about. But again, with roguex games, I don't have a lot for me to go to directly, which is where something like a series or series idea would come really in handy, and is honestly the only reason I continue to make and upload League of Legends videos on this channel, is because blank is easy. The template makes it super easy. I pick champion, I play champion, I get clips for champion, some funny moments, some b-roll, and then I talk about champion, and then that's it. At a very broad overview, that's kind of what I do with roguex games. With League of Legends as an example, and kind of a comparison drawn, 9 out of 10 champions that I play and make a video on, I don't touch for like 4+ months, or however long ago it was since I played them to now. There's no reason to play a champion that I've already played and already made a video on, because I can't incorporate them into a new video. They've essentially served their purpose. With the roguex games, and especially the ones that don't pull me in as much as others, and especially given a lot of the games I've played and made videos on were just on the demo version of the game. Once I make my video, I essentially drop it as it has served its purpose for me. Video idea executed, time to maybe not forget that it exists completely, but what's the point of playing the game if I've already made a video on it? You see where kind of my problems are lying, my kind of issue with this stuff is. It's a very first world problem, it's a very self-inflicted problem, and it's a problem that I really hate having, and it's just an awful kind of feeling. I feel like I'm using these games. Again, the ones that don't fully grab me, because if there is a game like Windblown and Nine Kings and Slay the Spire that I absolutely love, I will continue to want to talk about those and continue to play those, which branch out and sort of lead me to figuring out how can I make another video where I talk about this game, or I get to talk about this game. One of the reasons I continue to upload and continue to play the YouTube game is because I want to feel like I'm doing something half decently useful with my time outside of work. I have a hobby, I play my games, and I do something with it, right? I turn the game and the experiences I gain into those games an experience for others to maybe enjoy or be entertained by or just listen to, right? The money is honestly just a pipe dream, but I really love having these videos, especially the Overstock video, because I can go back, I can relive these moments. My friends can relive these moments from sessions that we had. I think that's really special, and honestly, the Overstock channel is kind of what I wanted to do for YouTube when I originally started doing YouTube, as you can see with the evolution that this channel has taken, but I wanted to get more eyeballs on me so I can potentially shift more eyeballs to the Overstock channel, which is, it's kind of weird, but I do genuinely like doing this kind of thing. I like talking, I like scripting out, being in front of a green screen, being able to do more highly edited, more compact videos, and I just needed something general to continue to come back to and talk about to provide variety, because I didn't want to just be a League of Legends YouTuber or figure out ways to do Let's Plays and Let's Play commentary about a single specific game over and over. So that's why the whole Rogex genre really started calling to me. Getting a little off tangent here, but I've always subconsciously admired my father for a pretty similar reason, honestly. He's a hobby musician, has been since before I was born. He played with the band for a few years, but for the better part of 2 decades, he's been a solo act with sometimes a percussionist playing with him. And they just do it for the love of the game. He never got huge, never really plays for a local crowd, just picks up gigs wherever he can, wherever he can keep live music live, and make some extra cash while doing it to cover some other expenses of having more equipment, getting more equipment, you know, playing around with the different guitars, different pedals, you know, musician stuff, right? Whether you see it or not, I draw a lot of similarities between us, and I could go into more explanation about why and, you know, more little intricacies, but I think that did a really good job for being a kind of side topic. Because at the end of the day, I enjoy sharing, I enjoy the editing process, and more importantly, I love just gaming in general. Being able to share my experiences and being at the center of somebody's attention, even for like 10 seconds when they accidentally click on one of my videos, is super cool, and I'm super impressed I've gotten this far. I mean, I hit 3,000 total hours of watch time on this channel alone at the very end of 2025. I can't even fathom that amount. That's 125 straight days. All right, I'm done getting sappy. It's time to get narcissistic. I do a lot, and it's fairly well edited, I think. Honestly, it could be a little bit better here and there, and, you know, not every video is created equal, i.e., this one right here, but I do a pretty damn good job, all things considered. I got a ton of content to consume, a huge variety, and you can see the massive amounts of improvement I've made over the years. If you even care, and to continue to be narcissistic, I think I do this at a level that is very comparable to a lot of larger creators, and even in some cases better. You gotta continue to be at least a little bit narcissistic, because the whole point of having a goal is to know that you can achieve it, right? You gotta have something to work towards and something to show for it. What's the point of having a goal? What's the point of even uploading on YouTube and trying to do something with it if you don't believe in yourself or you don't believe in your content? I've been yapping for way too long already, so I'm gonna bring us to a screeching halt on this subtopic, and we're gonna swap over to the next one, right?
Space Jam DVD, Space Jam DVD, Space Jam.
The time may not be 2 weeks, either shorter or longer, but we all have a gigantic, massive amount of games in our library. Too many to count, and definitely getting to the point of asking, do I have too many games? Is this truly unlimited games but no games? It seems like I play games like it's my job, except I am a contractor who sticks with a job for maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks if I'm super lucky, and then I just, you know, go on to the next one. I grind it out, I'm making my life, I'm making my personality, I share it with as many people, I get as many eyes of my peers on it as possible, just to be like kind of, you know, showing off what I'm working on, what I'm living in, and script out a video and throw it to the world like cattle. And then what? Cast it aside, and no time to think about it now. I got another video to make, I got another game to start playing. But whoa there, here's a thought. Not all games are created equal, and neither is my reception of them. Now, I don't pit games against each other, but you can definitely tell by my energy in each game when I'm really into something and when I'm kind of getting trailed off of it. And you can especially tell if I really enjoy a game if I make more than one video about it. When I only make one video about a game, does that mean I hate it and it sucks? No, absolutely not. And it's completely subjective. It's the whole point of having an opinion. There are games that I only made one video on where I thoroughly enjoyed the experience of learning it, playing it, scripting, and talking about it. Island Tiles is a perfect example, and a very recent one at that. I was very nicely emailed by the devs of Island Tiles to check it out, and I wasn't originally impressed. I really liked the art style, and the roguelike deck building aspect really intrigued me, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I proceeded to play the shit out of it with over 6 hours in like 3 days, which is almost unheard of for my work schedule. I made my video and completely checked out. Didn't think about this game until right now, writing this script where I realized, oh hey, it's coming out pretty soon. It's set for Q1 release. But trying to capture and relive these moments like what I got from Island Tiles, Nine Kings, Windblown, Warden's Will, learning a brand new system, deconstructing it, figuring it out, then expanding on it. Looking at the fog of war that lies ahead, yet still getting caught on the little things. With roguelikes, just enjoying the differences that each run brings and then the run after that. Along the way, you might be working on a build and then see a shiny little rock hinting towards a different build that's like, oh, wait, maybe this is my playstyle. And then you pick up that one weapon or that one thing that just plays the game completely differently that you didn't ever expect to actually enjoy. And then it unlocks a brand new way for you to play this game and experience it like you've never done before. These are all things that catch my attention when I'm sifting through new games to make videos on. Is this different enough from what's available now? Does it offer anything new? Or do I just flat out like it? All questions I never really ask, but end up answering them mostly with a resounding yes by the time I'm finished gathering all of my thoughts.
Monkey?
If you want my honest opinion, I don't know if I'm taking away anything from this. I feel like I lost the plot in the last section and honestly throughout this whole video. I mostly just needed something to ramble on about, something that's more me focused because I was originally supposed to be in Texas the week of recording this, but I am instead leaving in like 12 hours. So we'll be gone and in Texas at the time of uploading this. I ended up doing way more reflection on this channel than I originally even wanted to. But to be fair, you need thoughts like these floating around so that you can have personal growth. So you can really, pause and ask, what are you doing here? Do you want to do anything different? Do you want to keep doing this? What's the vibe? I was going to apologize for this being a lackluster video, but honestly, I'm at the point where this is like twice as long as I originally intended it to be. So I think it's pretty dang good. It's been 2 full months since I made a video where I just kind of talk about nothing in particular, circle myself, go around, and have this really extravagant overall idea packed into a really shitty 8 minutes. That's just kind of a jumble that's lost all meaning, but here we are, and I think I'm honestly getting better at it. Well, I appreciate you so much for almost getting existential with me, gspree gang. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, week, weekend, and I will catch you the next time you catch me.